Hello, hello, hello! Happy Sunday, everyone. You would think I was a little more wide awake since clocks have gone back in the UK, which is why it feels um, why it is a little bit later for some of you guys. We have Wendy and Rosanny here already. Awesome. Hi guys, hope you've had a great week. What I'm going to do, I'm going to throw up the Nun video right now. Kat, hi there. I'm going to throw up the Nun video, so any kind of warnings, but you saw the thumb on the way in, so we'll pop up this little video. Hopefully that's working. And then I can chat to you through this, because I was gonna do the makeup live, but then I realised I'd be sitting watching TV and I'd have to take the audio out. So my Nun makeup from last night I recorded while I was sitting in front of the telly and my mum's visiting, so I was chatting to my mum. So I think it's down there just now. So here's the makeup while we chat away. And first things first, what I was doing here is, my hope, because I was going to be using a lot of latex, was if I got rid of my eyebrows, then the latex wouldn't stick to them so much and I would actually have eyebrows left today, which it's kind of worked. I have eyebrows, but it wasn't easy. But I'm using a water-soluble glue stick, which has a wonderful purple colour there, so you can see a bit more when it's dried. So water-soluble, soluble glue stick, and then I'm just going over with a little setting powder to help speed up its drying, and I'll be using some foundation to cover it a bit as well, just to start getting rid of, because I do have pretty dark eyebrows. I was never one of these people to pluck your eyebrows or anything. They are what they are. So hiding them out with a bit of foundation. It takes a few goes, but I reckon it makes a more creepy effect not to have eyebrows, because it sort of gives you much more browiness, if that makes sense. So, and I had a quick look. This is 400% faster, so 4 times faster than real life. It is so funny to watch yourself when you're forgotten that you're filming. So I was watching Strictly Come Dancing, which I think is Dancing with the Stars in America. I'm not sure what it's called in other countries, but I was watching that to let each bit dry, because you've kind of got to do a bit and then let it dry. So that's another reason it wasn't alive, because it was going to take so long. So camera angle's not always the best, but I thought it'd be a bit of fun. You could see me transform into my creepy self. And later on in today's live, what we're going to be doing, Magdalena quite rightly pointed out, I haven't had the chance to be doing my dog training channel as much as I'd wanted to. That is Agile Canines. So some people are having Mia withdrawal. So weather has been fantastic here in Scotland. So I did a couple of really cool walks this weekend with my mum down. So I thought a few of you on my Facebook page have seen these already, but I thought I'd share some of the photographs of my awesome walks, if that's okay with you all. But how's everybody been? How's your week? What's been happening to you all? And here we go, second layer. It is so funny to sit and watch yourself. Second layer of me putting blue nonsense on my eyeballs. It's a bit more purple in real life. On my eyeballs, on my eyebrows. But yeah, this is a technique I learned from drag queens, actually, to remove your eyebrows. Now, I would normally do it with a lot more smoothing. It's literally putting my makeup on with a trowel. Normally do it a lot smoother and a lot slower, but I kind of got a bit through this and thought, hang on, I'm a vampire nun. I'm a zombie vampire nun. So having slightly textured skin doesn't matter so much. So yeah, just repeating the process. The glue sticks your eyebrows down, sticks the hair down, and also helps to fill in some of the cracks along with the powder, some of the texture. We've got Sandra from Finland. Awesome to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us. A cat needle felted a strawberry with a with a face and a mustache, so he's a Mr. Strawberry. That sounds so cool. Totally inventive. In my head, I'm thinking of him as some kind of bizarre Spanish strawberry. I don't know why. Sounds very cool though. I have to see Mr. Strawberry. Can't speak. Mr. Strawberry. And Wendy's been felting her angel and dealing with a virus running around the house, beating everyone up. Oh, Wendy, I hope you and the family feel better soon. I mean, it's a great time of the year over Halloween to look absolutely terrible. I had a few years ago a friend of mine, when she was just taking off a jumper, it had a wee toggle. in it, and it smacked her right in the eye, and her eye got so bloodshot, and we were all just like, I hope you're okay, but what an awesome Halloween costume. Just this massive blood splattered eye, basically. Bloodshot. There's the word. Yeah, so eyebrows are disappearing. And yeah, I'm doing all this. I've just washed the hair, so the hair's soaking wet. So the glamorous world of YouTube, doing makeup and stuff. Yeah, so I think that's about 3 layers I'm doing of the eyebrow thing. And this is my 3rd coffee today. You'd think I'd be buzzing, but nope, so tired. Rosani's shipped out 3 boo boxes to the Grand Monsters. Fantastic. So what's in the boo boxes? I bet they're awesome. You have to be the coolest Gran out there. Absolutely. That's I've decided. Rosani's the coolest Gran. I would have loved boo boxes. But yeah, Halloween is far too close now. I had so many great ideas for makes and things. I really wanted to make a needle felted witch tutorial, kind of based on, if you guys saw my video on, what was it, the ballet dancer. I thought that could make a really cool witch as well, but I haven't got around to it yet. I might still have time, but oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys advice. I've got a potential idea for Wednesday's video, if you guys think it might be cool or not. My mum was down visiting because she wanted to go. There's a big craft fair at the SECC in Glasgow, which is the Scottish Exhibition and Conference Centre. And this craft fair, it's all new craft things and also crafts for Christmas. There's craft kits, there's people making crafts, all sorts of things. It's a massive thing. I think it took us about 3 hours to walk around it on Thursday, and that was us going pretty fast. Here's the latex step. I'll explain this later. Yeah. So going around this craft place, and I was sneakily filming some people. It's pretty tricky. Yeah, this is latex, and what I'm doing, taking loo roll and taking it down to 1 ply, sort of splitting the sheets and putting little bits and latexing it onto my forehead just to give a little bit of extra texture and dimension to put what you saw in the thumbnail, you clicked in, so to be able to put a little cut into my forehead. Why am I touching my face? Yeah, anyway, so back to the thing. So I snuck around sneakily filming some of the stalls and everything, and I asked permission to film some of the crafters making their craft and things, and I wondered if that would be something interesting for you guys. I think it's good sort of inspiration to see different crafts and things out there, to see different supplies. It's not going to be a massively long video, but if you guys are interested, I can edit it all up and you can have a look around at this giant craft fair thing. That'd be a bit more like a kind of vlog than an actual tutorial video. Yeah, so now waiting for latex to dry on the face. Again, watching the dancers. I love Strictly Come Dancing, and this was, because it's Halloween week, this is my favourite one. So it's a theme, so they're all got spooky horror ideas, you know, spooky horror music and stuff, and the costumes are fantastic. I would love to do horror makeup, like properly, and to do it for that. That is so funny watching yourself in fast speed when I'm like rubbing my lips together. So that is hilarious. Yeah, so I'm taking time to wait for the latex to so Cat and Wendy are good to see that. Yeah, okay, I'll edit that up and we'll see how it goes. It's something a bit different, but I thought it might be fun, so we'll give that one a go. Rosani's sending no candy, cool stickers, putty, glow in the dark stuff, and paper mache papier mache pencil toppers, pumpkins, and sugar skulls. That sounds so cool. I would love that. And yeah, no candy's a good thing. I think the kids get far too much. They should save some for me. But no, that sounds fun. Putty and glow in the dark and stickers. Yeah, what age are the grand monsters? Yeah, and Rosanne's in for the craft show things too. Okay, I'll get that edited up. I don't know how interesting it'll be. I've never done that kind of thing before, but we'll see how the footage looks. Okay. So what I've done, just with my fingernail here, while the latex and loo roll is still a little bit wet, I've just separated it a little bit into an inverted cross on my forehead. This is the club that one of my friends runs. We've been doing it for years. I think the club's 21-year-old now. How old do I feel? And I work on the door, so I just wanted to do a little bit of dressing up for it, as it's the Halloween night. And we will, after this, I'll pop on over and show you all some of the costumes from the night. They were fantastic. And yeah, we can look at that. But yeah, he was gonna do a theme. He wanted to do a kind of demonic possessed kind of thing, but didn't have time to get the adverts, the flyers out in time for that. So I'm the only person that knew what the theme was, so I went with demonic type nun thing, as you saw on the way in. Although I got told off, the costume I just got a really cheap costume off of eBay, and it did come with the wimple thing, but it was so uncomfortable. I prefer my own hair, which, yeah, if you haven't noticed, is slightly voluminous today because I attempted backcombing it. I have, for a child of the 80s, I was born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s, really showing my age now. I never backcombed my hair really before, so that's a first. I've kind of done little bits, but I really wanted to try and backcomb my hair, so I preferred that to wearing a wimple thing. So I got told off for not wearing my wimple. Right, I've got so well planned here. I just had a bag with loads of stuff in it. Probably rather like my last makeup attempt to do. Such a rubbish makeup channel here. I just had a bag full of all the stuff that I thought I would need, so I was just digging in for it. And this is using the black face paints, just the water activated ones that I used in the last live that we did the face paint thing on. I just thought putting a little bit of black into the depths of the cut, whatever it was, would just give it extra depth. Wendy, we're sisters. I was born in 74, so I'm a tiny bit older than you. So there we go. Yay, we're almost the same age. We're all women of a certain age. It's cool. Rosanny, the application prep process is interesting. I'm glad I love doing stuff like this. It doesn't always work out, but it's kind of fun. And I didn't know what's the best way to do this, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's sort of fun to watch it in extended, speeded up speed, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just attempting to cover the latex loo roll and eyebrows in more foundation. The cheaper and more rubbish the foundation, the better. What's really cool about this is because the latex is still slightly wet and still slightly sticky, when I'm raising my eyebrows, all the little wrinkles are setting a little bit more, so I look so much older. Got told off for that. Everyone else tries to dress up looking nice. I'm loving looking like an old hag. It was great fun. Cat uses big sexy hair. It makes like you have 3 times more hair. That sounds fab. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that out. What I tend to do if I'm doing something like this, usually I would put my hair up the night before into lots of tiny plaits, and then it looks like you've crimped it. There's the word, crimped it. It goes all big, but without the heat. I never really use much heat on my hair. So yeah, I put it up in tiny plaits the night before, but I've just been so busy. I was so super tired that I didn't bother doing that. Right, so with the face, what I did, went over with a normal foundation, and then I'm using the white, just water activated face paints, and I'm wanting to put it on fairly patchy. I don't want it to look dead even, so I'm just putting it on all over. Michael, hi there, how are you doing? Not seen you for a while. Yes, I thought you'd like to see how I make myself look wonderfully glamorous. My glam makeup. Everybody needs to know how to make themselves look beautiful, so I'm trying that. Yeah, that was my makeup for last night. I promised I would film the process, so I kind of forgot, and now I'm putting my mirror in front of my face, but hopefully it's enough to get there. So yeah, I've gone over with the white face paint, and now I'm setting it again with white powder. It's a white translucent powder, it's not talcum. I did used to do that back in the day. It's probably not the best way to do your makeup, but I did choose talcum powder, or a mixed talcum powder into white not white, mixed talcum powder into setting powder. But this is actually the stuff that comes like that. But we're putting it on with a shovel, so I look terrible. Thank you, Michael. Marissa, just getting here, loving the makeup. Thank you so much. Just a bit of fun. It's what we did last night. And I'm going in for blackening up the eyes. The good thing with removing the eyebrows is now you've got so much extra space to do makeup, so it's good for different styles. Getting distracted by watching dancing on the telly. But I'm going in with the kohl pencil first of all, so that the black really sticks close to my eyes. You know, it looks really proper black. But yeah, there must have been something good on the telly at this point. And you can see the bits I speak to my mum. My mum's just sitting at the side of me. She is then. She's actually, she was too nervous to be sitting here in case I pointed the camera at her. So mum's nipped out to the shops for a little while. But she might come back in before the stream's finished if we can keep the stream going long enough. She might have to come back in. So firstly, that'll probably cause the dogs to give a little woof. But if she does, I'm going to try and sneak getting mum onto the stream. So you'll have to shame her. Tell my mum. Seeing as she often enough types here, so we'll tell her to get in and get her face on the stream and say hello to everybody. Where are we? Yeah, just coming in with black eyeshadow and hitting as much of my eyeball as I can, and then I'm slightly blending it out. Let it sound like I'm trying to do proper makeup. It's going to be patchy as anything, that's the entire point, but slightly blending it out with a really dark purple, and then I come in with a really dark green colour. I've got a palette with all sorts of mad colours. I'm just working on some extra shading. Putting the lines up there just keeps that grumpy look. Yeah. I'm trying to find where the lines on my face are to accentuate them. Oh, am I looking pretty? This is so much fun. Wendy, exactly. Mama Duthie needs to come to play. Yeah, so if you're doing this kind of makeup, Rosanna, yeah, love to see. I'm going to sneak her in. You will, in the video that I'll do on Wednesday of the craft fair, she was there, so you'll see a lot of her hands, and there'll be a little picture of her. And in my pictures that I'm going to show later on, you'll see the back of her and stuff. But believe it or not, neither me or my mum like being on camera much. But yeah, if you're wanting to do hag makeup, looking a bit old and stuff, if you scrunch up your face and see where your actual wrinkles are, then that can help know where to go in. And now I'm just kind of doing veiny stuff with just a little bit of the black water and a black water activated paints, and darkening up the creases a little bit. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I was inspired to do this look by a Made You Look. She's got a channel on Facebook, Made You Look. If you haven't checked her out, totally check her out. Awesome channel. She does so many good makeups that I copy quite a lot of them. So this was inspired by her, but I decided to do the head cross. So yeah, and I've put some black around my lips, and I'm just adding, I think that's the green. Yeah, really brings out the looking dead in you if you add green around the edges of stuff, and going around the edge of my little inverted cross thing there with green as well, because that would be looking a bit rotted. And around my creases. One thing I was annoyed that I forgot to do that I should have done was when you scrunch up your face, I should have put the lines across my nose as well. That makes you look really crazy, you know, where all your wrinkles would be there. But I got most of the wrinkles, so it worked. I got lots of complaints about how ancient I looked, so that's fantastic. We've got Magdalena as well. Hi there. See, we've got all the cool people, as Brian says. But yeah, good to have you all here. Oh, and this is my shot at contouring. I only ever manage contouring when we're doing when I'm doing crazy makeup. So I think I did a thicker, a fairly thin purple, dark purple with green over the top, and then a little bit of black just to really contour, to, you know, give yourself the cheekbones. It's not quite showing up, the lights are a bit bright, but there we go. So that's me looking beautiful. And what I'm doing just now, I've actually got this here with me in the latex and this black blood, which they call it, I just got from Asda, which is like our Walmart, just for a supermarket. And each of them are just £1 a thing, which is fantastic. So this is just kiddie stuff, but this black blood was fantastic. It's like really, really dark red and gloopy. I also put it, that's a scrunched up bit of loo roll, and I just put a tiny bit on like that and dabbed it, just gives a little bit of texture as well. Um, Rosanne, you really have to get yourself out there. I know. Oh, hilarious here. I tried to, I tried to spray the blood and it went over my head wonderfully. And there's the full look with a bit of the outfit. Um, and that's us done. So back to the full face. No, Rosanne, I am completely not a natural at being on camera. Have you watched? Go back and watch my How to Needle Felt, an introduction to needle felting, and then how to needle felt a ball. The introduction to needle felting is hilarious because I'd written a kind of script and it's at my side, and you can see me every time I'm kind of looking down, say a bit, like really nervously say a bit, and then go and do my script and say a bit, and it's really terrible. But it was fun. But the more you practice it, the more natural you get. I'm not going to say comfortable. This is not how I normally speak. So the more you do it, the easier it gets. So yeah, get out there. It really helps. I think it helps doing a YouTube channel because then you're the face of it, hopefully. Um, Magdalena, yeah, guys, for creepy Halloween thing, Danielle of Cutting the Caboose has a creepy, scary story that she just put up yesterday. So if you guys want to go and check that out, in fact, I think I'm on full face just now. Yeah, I'll put up links to that just now. Really awesome video. How do I open things up? But yeah, of her ghost story, it's very fun. Come on, get in the caboose, get in the caboose. Hopefully most of you are following her anyway. Someone, where is it? Search properly. Get in the caboose. Catch up with the chat. Magdalena, I don't think I beat the pros, but thank you. I enjoy doing it, which is the most important thing. That's good fun. Right, here is Danielle's ghost story that you guys want to check out later if you're into that kind of thing. Magdalena remembers my first video. Yep. It's like anything, the more you practice it, the more you needle felt, the more you make sculptures, the more you do all sorts of things, the better you become at it. It's that simple. Right, so while we're on the subject of creepy, I know a few of you are on my Facebook page, but still it's fun to do these things. So I mentioned the club that I was doing the makeup for, so let's quickly nip into that. And I was also doing official photographer for it. So I'm going to dive into some of the costumes here, and then once I've done this, we're going to dive into some of the creepy Halloweeny walks. They're not creepy, they're gorgeous, they were great fun. So some walks with the dogs, because Magdalena rightly said she was missing Mia. I have to sort out the dog training channel a bit more and get into that again, but I thought I would show you the dogs some more. So here's some of the costumes at the club. I was sitting outside in the lightened hall, so I was able to get pictures. It always amazes me what people manage every year, and that's just inside the club. A couple of my friends DJing and people dancing about. More inside the club. Yeah, but fantastic. Like usually we don't count witch costumes as Halloween costumes because it's a bit of a goth club, so everyone has this kind of thing lying around anyway. But I thought this was a very glamorous witch. She did awesomely. Rosanne, exactly. It's a process of practice. And what I'll say to you that I've said to other people, and I had to get into my head as well. If you're recording on a camera, that doesn't have to go out there. You can record something and then watch it, see what you think of it, delete it, and then record something else another day until you feel you're starting to see improvements. I know the first few times I watched myself, it's like, oh, cringe, that's me, that's terrible. But as you get more used to it, you can sort of, it's more impartial. You look at it and go, oh, my energy was better there. I prefer how I said that thing. And you're able to kind of go to not think that's me, if that makes sense. So remember, if you're filming on the camera, it doesn't have to go out there. Unfortunately, this doing live, yeah, we're stuck with that. Wendy, YouTube stalked all all the videos. Love how real and unapologetic you are. Thank you so much, Wendy. That actually means a lot, because a lot of the people I've followed, that's why I'm not watching telly. We're watching real people, and that's why I hated live streams to start with, because it was all massive channels and like the chat went so quickly and it just felt like a regular video. But I love watching the real people. Their dogs bark, they have to go and answer the door, you know, real things happen, but it's real people talking to us, and it's really kind of cool. So I do enjoy that. Right, more costumes. Oh yeah, oh, I wish I could hide the side of this and put my hand up to the screen there. This costume, even when my friends said what it was, it took me ages to figure out what it was, and I love the costume. So anyone, guess guess what this is, even though it says at the side. But I love this costume. As soon as I got it, I laughed and laughed forever. Rosanni loves the colours on the stage and the costume characters. Classy witch. Yeah, I love the coloured lights and everything. It's great fun. It's actually a student union that we've been hiring for one night a month for 20 years. And they're so good helping us out with Halloweeny stuff as well. It was all decorated, the lighting's all set properly. So much fun. Wendy saying meme. It's not yet. When you get it, you'll laugh so much. I laughed so much. But even when I tell you what it is, like I say, I was told what it is, and I was just like, oh, right. And then it's like, oh, right. He's a French kiss. That is my favourite costume of Halloween. So leave it up for 2 seconds more to see if any of you actually get this. If you need it explained, let me know, because no shame. It took me a good 12 hours to get this one. I'm slow at these things, so I'll let you guys have a minute, and if you need it explained, just let me know. But the best costume. And the best coffee. I've got to make some more merch stuff. I'm not even bothered about selling. I'm not even bothered about selling these. They're just fun to make. But we're talking about Stab to Life the other week in the live stream. I thought that's such a great slogan, because that's what we do. We stab things to life, but it also sounds a bit serial killery. Yeah, Wendy's faster than me. Wendy got it. It didn't take you 12 hours. Such a good costume. Right. Some of the others, the problem, I used to do the giving out the prizes for the costumes as well, and it's so difficult when I don't know what half the things are. So people have a costume and I'm like, yeah, that looks good, but I don't know if it looks like what it's supposed to look like. Lots of horns and ears and strange things this year. I didn't get all the costumes because I was busy working as well. A meme is a terrible thing to waste. Mime. Why am I saying meme? A mime is a terrible... Yeah, whatever. Right. See if anybody knows what this is, because I don't watch the show. It's supposed to be of a show, and my friends were so excited. And I do love it when people do a team costume. They all work together to do a costume. So does anyone know what this TV show is? I totally didn't know what it was, but now I'm going to have to watch it so I can find out what they were doing. Magdalena, it is good fun, yeah. Like I say, it's once a month we run the club, and Halloween's always the best night. The first few years we had the Halloween night, people were going to such lengths, and costumes were amazing, and they're still so much fun now. Yeah, Wendy doesn't know what this was. No, I don't recognise them. I didn't know it, but it's supposed to be the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I haven't watched the show, but it looks like it should be a cool show. So I'll be giving that a go. Oh, see the little handprints on the door, little jelly handprints and blood and things. Yeah, they didn't make it to the end of the night. People were snaffling them when we weren't paying attention, like they do. Magdalena, no, I didn't know the show either. Oh, but I got this one. This is one costume that I did get, if anyone gets this. Magdalena, do you watch the show? Was that any good? But okay, anyone get what this pair is? I love this one. I'll give you a clue in that this is very old. 80s, I think. Yeah, late 80s it must be. But this was such a fun costume. Like I say, I love it when people get together and make costumes, like team costumes. It's so much more fun than just a one-off thing. But I've never got time to arrange things with other people as well. I just do my own thing. But yeah, this one is so cool. Anybody got it? We'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't know why I do that, because at the end of the day the lag is so bad in this that you guys have probably already answered and told me. Wendy doesn't watch enough TV. Yeah, I know. I've not seen that show at all. Magdalena got bored with the show. Yeah, I don't know. The people in the costumes, they told me to start on season 4 if I was going to watch it. I might. Wendy's got this one. Yeah. I might give it a go because, I have got such a pile of felting to do. My felting piles here. I actually had a dog-a-lanche the other day. I have so many little dog bodies just littering the place that I'm halfway through felting. So I might try something like that, just to be able to sit in front of the telly and switch my brain off. So if anyone has a better box set of a load of things that I can watch, the dogs are shifting again. But yes, these guys were Back to the Future. I loved this one. This was such a fun costume. I laughed when I saw them. Rosanny didn't know them. Hey, most of the time I don't know them, but Back to the Future, I'm always going to know that. Oh, and I knew this one. It's very awesome costume. Yeah, I like this one. I can't remember what else is here. I don't know if they were anything, but she had ears, and obviously I'm gonna love her hair. I'm slightly biased with that, but yeah, lovely hair. I can't remember how many more pictures there are. Oh yeah, great team. I love these two. Yeah, so okay, I'll be disappointed if you guys don't know what two of these characters are. Very, very cool. Love this one. Yeah, Rosanny's got it. Yeah. And I think even not just for a Halloween costume, but I love her dress. I think I don't want to say what it is. I'm sure you all know what it is. I hope you all know what it is. I've made enough I've made enough of these characters. You should all know what this is. Just waiting. Who's going to be the first one to say what it is in the chat? Magdalena, I did felt one of them. Yes. In fact, I felted both of them. I'm nearly forgetting that. Yes, I felted both of them. And we've got an R from Wendy. Well, Jack takes centre. Rosanny, Jack always takes centre. Very awesome. It's a cool outfit as well. And so you can't see Sally's makeup. Jack and Sally, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. Alright, let's... Oh yes, there's our cool witch and a little devil as well. I think we're net. Oh no. I've got a better picture. Oh no, just put that one up. Right, I can't remember what I'm doing. Right, any guesses who this one is? I did have a lovely picture of her smiling, but then she said that she shouldn't smile, so she wanted a picture of her not smiling. So she looks more beautiful in another picture, but hopefully this gives you an idea. So any guesses to this character? I hope so. Again, there's another one I felted. And for that felt, I also dressed up as that character. See, I'm worse than these people. I dress up as these characters to sit in my living room and do a video for you guys. That's pretty sad. But anyone for Anyone know who this character is? I bet you do. Wendy's close. You're just a day out. Rosanne's got it. Wednesday. Yep. Yep, very cute. Cute costume. And then I have no idea what this costume is. It's pretty cool and it's scary. I probably didn't get the best picture. You can't see what his mask is. I don't know what it is. I can't even guess. Wendy knew it was a day. I know. It's practically your name, Wendy. Wednesday. It should be easy to remember. So you were close. Yeah, I've no idea what this is, but it's cool. And when I was judging the Halloween costumes, generally I didn't I didn't know who anyone was, but what I would tend to go for was, are the costumes really impeding your quality of life for the night? Like if they had lots of latex stuff over their face that would stop them being able to get a drink, were they in a super hot costume? We had one person who did a Jack Skellington one year and she was a stilt walker, so she was proper the whole night. She was like 10 feet tall. So things like that win the night because that's dedication. Oh, Magdalena started drinking the whiskey. Fantastic. Don't ask questions on a Sunday. I don't know if they're supposed to be anything, but it's good fun. It's pretty cool. Again, it's nice when people are matching. Oh, yeah, me. Right, away from that. And this was a good fun one. Again, dedication to the craft of having your face all green, having your hands, body, everything all green. And I don't know what the hair was, but yeah, good job with that. I don't know if I should have asked her what that was, but very cool. And oh yeah, my friend did on Halloween, she always does a bake sale, so for charity, so whole load of cakes as well. I mean, what's better than a club that has cakes as well? That's pretty cool. So she's been like for hours and hours baking, making all these wonderful cakes, and me and cheated with keto today. I brought a couple of cakes home for me and Mum. So we had this one. This is a carrot cake brownie, which was very delicious. I don't know if the others are even out there. And we had a coconut and lime cake. Very good. I'm getting hungry again. Magdalena, was I supposed to be the nun in the scary movie that just came out? I didn't know there was a scary movie with a nun. Am I being up to date and cool without even knowing it? No, it was just literally because the guy that runs the club said he wanted to do some kind of demonic possessed type theme and forgot to tell everyone apart from me, basically. And I thought, basically I went onto eBay and seen what outfits I could get cheaply, and I found a nun dress that wasn't, you all know this one, the Halloween costumes that are like sexy nun, sexy nurse. I was like, I don't want that. So I found this nun costume that was quite nice for very cheap, and I thought, yeah, I could do an outfit for that. Rosanne, yeah, I do love carrot cake. I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I kind of love most cake, chocolate cake. Stop talking about food. Yeah, let's move away from the cakes. Oh yeah, and this is my beautiful friend Mighty. She wasn't in an outfit. This is just how Mighty dresses. She's just so beautiful, and she must have a picture in her attic that's aging because she hasn't changed since I've known her for like 20 years. She's absolutely wonderful. Magdalena, yeah, I'm gonna check out this film. That is really freaky. Maybe I'd seen like out the side of my eye, or I'd seen an advert for it and it was in my subconscious. I have no idea. Don't watch the movie, it's really creepy. Or actually no, because my thought was based on the Made You Look video, maybe she was basing it on the nun in the film. There we go. That makes sense now. Oh yeah, I assume this is Poison Ivy, right? Probably Poison Ivy. but her fella who had gone to the toilet at the time was Edgar Allan Poe with a raven. So she was left holding the raven while he went to the toilet. Pretty cool. And the final ones. This is my friend that runs the club, and yeah, I love this because the mask. It's all LED lights. So when she was coming out of the dark, you just had this glowing mask. So super creepy. Yeah, it was really cool. So that's back to face. That's what we had. That was the club night, which was great fun. I'm going to pop over, as I said, to show you some of our wonderful walks. And Rosanne, I spotted your question about the monk thing, so we can cover that next as well. That's easier to do just now. So yeah, I just want to show some of the walks, so show some of the dogs. I don't think I got so many dog pictures this couple of days, but Magdalena, you were so right. I've been neglecting showing the dogs. So what we did, as I say, my mum's down, so we've been doing stuff. Why am I talking with my hands? I don't know. So took her off Loch Lomond. I showed you some pictures of Loch Lomond in the summer when we were in a heat wave, and now it's autumn, and this is unusual for Scotland, but the weather is so gorgeous. So we went back there. So this is what it looks like in autumn, which is pretty cool on the water. People were out kayaking and stuff as well. It must be so cold because it was only just above freezing yesterday, which is about, I think it was about 2-3 degrees getting warmer. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I think we all know what just above freezing is. So, because to me that means just above zero, but I don't know what it means in Fahrenheit. Wendy's put a picture on the felting page. Oh, hold on, right, come back to my face. I'll go and have a look, and then we'll have a look. What's Wendy put up? I see. Split screen. Awesome. Yeah, that must have been what she based it on. That is fantastic. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, I would have. I really wanted to do contact lenses. For the past few years, I've done coloured contact lenses and everything, but they've changed the regulation. They've changed the regulations for selling contact lenses, so now you have to go to a proper licensed optometrist and get your eyes measured and everything, and it makes them that much more expensive, which you should take care of your eyes, but for just a one-off outfit, it's not really worth it. Magdalena, it's snowing in Sweden already. Yeah, I think on the higher ground here it's snowing, and it's definitely snowing further up north. I hope Mum's going to be okay. She's going back home tomorrow. Wendy, you thought that's what I was going for? Yeah, I hadn't seen that at all, so I did pretty well then. That's cool. I'm up to date without realising it. Yeah, so this is Loch Lomond, the little place called Luss. I thought, what's more Halloweeny than peeking through the gates of the church at the tombstones? But it was such a pretty day. And this is, yeah, so you'll see the monk in a minute. What this is, in the grounds of the church, they've started this, what they call a little pilgrimage place. They say people came to this area for like hundreds of years. I think it was 1,500 years people have been coming to this area on a pilgrimage, and I haven't looked it up. I have no idea why people come to a little area in Scotland on a pilgrimage, but they've done in this piece of land, they've done this walk that they call like a pilgrimage, and as you walk around it, there's pictures of other like religious places and stuff, and it's really cool. So as you enter it, they have this big I think it's a metal cross, and then you walk around the grounds. But it was an awesome place. We were able to get a bit of peace and let Mia off the lead to run around. So it was nice to walk the dogs as well. And the views are spectacular. You're just like down in this little flat piece of ground. To one side, you've got the loch with the water and the hills and everything, and then it's overlooked by this beautiful hill, which is just so stunning. I think it's so eye-catching, and with the autumn colours, absolutely beautiful. So a little more of this hill. The trees are just changing colour, and the hills, yeah, it's really. And I slightly edited these pictures to make them look more like they looked, but I didn't change the colours of them or anything. This is the colours as they were. I just think it's so cool with the hills overlooking behind us. And this is the monk. And Rosanni asked what the story behind it is. And as far as I can, there's no plaque up or anything telling you about this. But I think it's just because this area is a place, but it's a quiet place for a pilgrimage. Just to the right of the monk, there was an area on it where I suppose you'd call it like a kind of garden of remembrance. You're not allowed to take ashes for anyone, but if you ask permission from the church, they're letting you plant trees and put up a little plaque for someone you've lost. So it's a little kind of, it's going to be a garden of remembrance, and then you've got the little walks through with the little pictures of all the things, and then this little monk. And I wish I'd been filming as we went up to it, because Mia usually loves all people and is a bit unsure of all animals, but she was freaked by this statue. I've never seen the like. You know, she kind of was doing that, going up to him and backing off and going up and kind of sneaking around the back. She did not know what this was, but it freaked her out. It was hilarious. And then Ben just trotted up to it and was having a good, because this rope bit is real rope for some reason, and he was having a good nose at it. It's like, why is there a toy out here in the woods? So yeah, don't know the exact story. It's just a bit of art that's on the walk, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, it's just the place is so lovely. What else? Yeah, and I should have straightened up my photographs, because that makes you feel like we're leaning a little bit. But such a lovely place. I think that's, no, a couple more pictures. Yeah, Loch Lomond is a beautiful place. If you are ever in Scotland, here's my bit for the Scottish Tourist Board, but if you're ever in Scotland, you really have to visit. And well, if you're ever in Scotland, I only live half an hour away from here, so give me a call. And yeah, the last one we went, this is the maddest. This is a shopping mall. This is what's called Loch Lomond Shores. They've built a kind of posh, small kind of shopping mall, and this is the view from it up the loch. That's Ben Lomond, the mountain that's the same name as the loch, and the Waverley there is a paddle steamer that paddles about the loch. It is also an ocean going steamer, but it's in Loch Lomond now. So there we go. That's the first pretty lot. It's such a lovely place. So yeah, I doubt any of you will be here, but if you are, that's somewhere you've got to see. And the last wee bit of pictures, just because today, again, another beautiful day, and gained an hour today with the clocks going back, which is super cool. Makes life so much easier, because I need lots of sleep. And just went a beautiful little walk. This went to another loch. This is Lochwinnoch, and the loch is strangely enough called Castle Semple Loch, but it's a beautiful place. Loch, I'm saying it wrong. It's a beautiful place, and I thought I'd share some photos of that with you guys. And also, like, managed to sneak my mum into a live stream. So the little figure in the white coat, that's my mum. That's as good as we're going to get, because she hides from the camera. Unless she comes back. Because it's getting dark outside, so she wasn't wanting to stay in the shops till it was totally dark. So she might be back soon. So everyone get ready to bully her. But this is my mum and the dogs, and it's just a beautiful walk that I found. You park at the top of the village, and then you go through this woodlands, and then climb up hills, and you can just see down over the loch. And perfect summer day with the sun just coming through the trees. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's Ben. And Mia's on the lead with me due to being a little crazy. We're able to let her off at certain bits, but mainly she's a bit bonkers. And more of Mum being my arty model. And Ben's ears. I didn't even notice that. I've got the bottom of Ben in his ears, if that shows up for you guys. But yeah, perfect day. And I should have filmed, there were some bits when the leaves were so deep and Mum was just being like a total child, crunching through the leaves and kicking them all up and everything. As you should do. Great fun thing to do. yeah, too many pictures of the same thing. And a little bit where we were able to let Mia off the lead. So of course Mum went down to see what that little sign read. I can't remember what it read. And so as she was paying attention there, Mia has to run in front to be like, hello, look at me, pay attention to me. Rosanna, yeah, I love the shadows through the woods on a day like this. The light is so pretty. Cameras can't do it justice. I'm impressed how good with some of these shots. It's just my mobile phone I'm taking all these pictures on, so I'm impressed how well it did, because it's so difficult to capture this. And yes, that's the back of my mum, Wendy. It really was a lovely day. Although there's a couple of bits you'll maybe see where a super climb that my legs are sore just now. I'm going to suffer for it tomorrow, but it was worth it. And the really cool thing, yeah, I'll explain this. I know you've seen it, Rosanni, because and I know a few of you have seen these things, but in a lot of these woods they're commissioning artists to do like artwork in it. So this was a kind of, it's like a totem pole with little animals and stuff on it, and it's really cool when you're out a walk just to come across these kind of things. So this is some of the wee animals from the totem pole. There's a little, it's not really a totem pole, but you know what I mean, a little mouse and a little squirrel eating a nut, just all carved into this big chunk of wood. That was a little bird, I think. It's hard to see. It looks like a kind of face side on, but it's a bird facing the camera. And there, yes, it's that wee bird. Rosanna, yeah, I love carving. It's such good work, and it's just so nice to come across. And the top of the totem is an owl looking down the path, which is so cool. And that's the whole thing. There's also a little badger at the bottom, and he is so cute. And it's just so much fun finding these little things. And just random pictures of the sun behind the trees, because I like that. I think it's so pretty. Probably it was even more lovely about a week ago when there was more leaves on the trees, but hey, it's Halloweeny to have naked spooky trees. And yeah, this looks like I've taken a really bad picture and it's all slopey and everything, but that's the path, it's nice and straight, and that's the side of the slope that we're trying to climb up. So yeah, it looks like a terrible picture, but that's actually how steep what we're dealing with. So that's why my calves and my bum is sore. My bum muscles sounds bad if I say that's why my bum's sore. No, that's why my bum muscles are sore, because we were climbing up, but it's really worth it when you climb right out of the forest and get to see what everything else is. And there's Mum. The leaves were so deep there, and she was just kicking up all the leaves and just being a massive child. Oof. Good call, Wendy. Yes, indeed. Oof. Yeah, but it's worth it. It's hard work to get up the hill, but it's so worth it. And again, as well as all the carvings, they're also putting in, this is like metalwork. What this is actually like a kind of map of the area, but carved into the bench things that have weathered with time, kind of rusted a bit, which makes them look really cool. And just getting the dogs to pose on the little seats. And Mum was trying to hide from the camera, but we've got a tiny bit. She was actually trying to get around and hide behind the thing, because at that point there was too many people about. Well, there wasn't. There was the potential of too many people about, so we wanted to have Mia on the lead. So Mum was trying to go around behind the thing, but I took the picture at that point because the dogs were actually both smiling at the camera, which, yeah, doesn't happen too often. But cool, you've climbed all the way up, and there's this really cool, interesting seat thing. And the other side there's a little cutout that's showing the shape of the lochs. And Mia was poking her head through it and looking really cute, and then she wasn't doing it anymore. So I tried to lure her with treats, but she just didn't. She didn't want to pose properly today. She was just. It's not often she doesn't want to pose, but there you go. And that's it's so hard to even see how amazing this all looks with just a camera, because you don't get the depth of it. But we're actually up so high, and these are the lochs. There's 3 lochs in a row. It's absolutely beautiful. You can walk down along here as well. We just went a different way today because all the roads were shut. So you climb up that monster hill, and this is your reward. So it is totally well worth it to get those seats there, have a sit down, have a look at everything that's around. I think I've got a few pictures of this, and this is where I'm super impressed with the camera, because that was like glaring sunshine into your face, so it managed to capture it. And I hear the door opening, so right, everyone start saying Mum Duthie, get on camera. But that's Mum joined us, and that's, you can vaguely see the path coming up there and the views over the loch. And I think that's us back to the start. Yep, that's us back. Oh no, that's a different one. Yeah, that's climbing up it again, and Ben posing and the backside of Mum. So hello, Mum. Choking to death. Okay. The dogs were nice and quiet when she came in. More views of these things. Right. Okay, everyone, don't tell her.
Don't tell her. I've been listening to you.
Don't tell her. And there she is, Mum. Smile for the camera. Right, I did it. We got Mum on camera. Right. If I'd have thought, I'd have had a second camera so she can see. So Rosanne says, "Hi, Mum Duthie."
Hi.
Don't choke.
Sorry.
Yeah, and the dogs are saying hello to her as well. Let's get it. There we go, Mum. There's Mum greeting the dogs. There you go. But guys, you know now she'll be charging me commission for being seen for being on this show. So yay, Mum's been on the live stream, and we even got a bit of Ben on there. Have I even pointed this back at my ugly mug? Yes, I'm back on the screen. There we go. So yeah, Mum, everyone's happy to see you. We've got Magdalena, Rosanne, and Wendy. Oh, hello. Okay, I'm nearly done with the pictures yet. Just climbing up with Mum and Ben. And yep, that's us. So back to the screen. Wrong thing. Back to that button. Yes, there we go. So guys, that's been my weekend, and everyone says you're so sweet, Mum.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the dogs love it. Look at that. That's Mia pretending like she's well behaved. You can speak, Mum. You don't have to whisper.
I know, but I'll talk to Mia.
Yeah. So we're just going to wrap up the live stream soon anyway, because I think we've covered everything we were going to do. So unless anyone has any questions, and I'll get that video out of me and Mum doing the SCCC, doing the crafting. What was it called again? It's usually Crafts for Christmas, isn't it?
But it wasn't at this time.
Okay, we'll call it Crafts for Christmas. I'll check. I'll check and actually let you know properly, but I'll get that video up. We've got a couple more crafts and creativity. Okay, I've got a couple more of the deep diving into Etsy rank. There's some using some of the new features. If you guys are interested in that, absolutely great fun. And yeah, that's about it for the week. So don't forget, come back. Videos should be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, as I say, as usual, as I've been doing of usual. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, and I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much.